greetings from the apocalypse. So in this video, I'm going to show you the right tools and the right techniques for setting a beautiful little faceted stone in a bezel.
All the things today.
So as not to traumatize you.
Yeah.
You know, as you're using your setting tool, it almost polishes itself. It starts to shine up and stuff. So periodically I take either some 400 or maybe some 220, and you're not changing the shape. You're just going over that top surface. Because if this is too shiny on the top, you tend to slide more. And if you'll notice, as you use it, it almost burnishes itself, which normally that's a good thing, but in our case, no. We want it a little more
Grippy.
Yes, thank you, grippy. That's the word I was looking for. So you see what I mean?
Yep.
So that just helps it not to slide.
Actually have a small one like this.
Okay, and actually, Alexis, if you don't mind getting in close up, so we've got it all mummified, stuck to a wood block.
Yep.
And what we were just discussing is she's like, but every time I touch the stone, that little bastard, well, she didn't call it a little bastard, but the little bastard wiggles around a lot. And I said, okay, so although this bezel fits fine, for faceted stones, it's even more important, just ongoing, to make that bezel so that stone just goes in there. Because every molecule of side to side space is gonna make it a little bit more of a pain in the ass right now to set. Is that like a big deal? When you're a jeweler, your whole life is a pain in the ass, so it's fine. But I'm just saying, like, the goal eventually when you go to set these is that it just fits in there so it doesn't wiggle around a lot. So what we're gonna do, just like a normal stone, we're gonna sort of north, south, east, west, but because a faceted stone is sitting on that inner bezel, you know what I mean, it's doing its little thing, pretty much every time I press on it, I'm gonna take the dowel, I'm gonna press it level, and I'm gonna check it at eye level. Because if you're, it's like everything else, if you're just looking from above, you don't notice it's a problem, and then you get all the way done and you're like, why is my stone at, you know, half sticking out, okay?
Yep.
So it's not a big deal, it's only a big deal if you don't pay attention to it as it's happening, okay? So, I'm gonna put my finger,
Get out for you. Maybe in a minute.
and really my fingernail on top of the stone just to kind of hold it right there. Press in, okay?
Down.
And then look down from the side. Because like I said, from the top, everything looks great. You can look from the side, and it's so easy to flatten, like watch. You just go like,
Yeah.
ta-da, it's level. You know, no big deal, but you just have to be conscious of that as you're setting it.
Okay.
Flip it around, I'll do the other side. Okay. I'm gonna take it up, look it from the side. Press to keep it level. This is the whole key right here, you know? Because faceted stones are actually really easy to set. It's just getting the height right and paying attention to those little stinkers so they don't slide around at this stage. Because honestly, I think they set a little bit faster than cabochons do, really, because it just catches that girdle and, you know what I mean? It's quick. Okay, so actually, can you see that? I want to do a little close-up of that, if possible. Do you see how it went slanted?
Yep.
Now, like I said, no big deal at all, but that's the stuff you have to pay attention to as you go. See what I mean? No
So
big.
you're gonna just push it
Yeah,
down.
that's it. I mean, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's only something if you don't do anything about it.
And then at a certain point, it'll be snug enough.
It'll,
to where you
yeah,
don't have
exactly.
to-
It'll stop being so naughty.
Trying to escape.
Exactly. The hard thing is when you're actually setting this, you almost can't even see what you're doing because your fingers are totally covering everything. So it doesn't make for a great view for you guys to see. But I mean, as always, my tool is going to be hitting the edge of the bezel at 45 degrees, no lower, because you know if it's lower, it tends to just eject the stone. And I always have my thumb or my forefinger kind of holding the stone to keep it from wanting to wiggle out of there. But that's what's happening underneath all my fingers.
Got it. Okay.
Hold it in place. And you know, if you're ever in doubt, just get your elbow up. You know what I'm saying? If your elbow's up in the air, you know you're at a high angle. If your elbow's down here, I can pretty much guarantee you're not. look from the side. So I want you to take a look. I think it looks pretty level, but take a look. If it needs pressing, just press on it.
It does look level to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep going. So there's not that much more to do. Do you want me to finish this as a demo, or you want to get in there and get down with your bad self?
It doesn't matter to me.
Get in there, baby.
All right.
Okay. And we'll come back and.
Okay.
So we were just discussing, basically at this point now, you can move the angle even a little higher because the stone's really not wiggling anymore. So you can move the angle of the bezel roller up a little higher and just finish, smoothing that bezel up against the stone. Like I said, you can't really see a whole lot because your fingers pretty much cover everything when you're doing it.
Well, that's what I think it was perfect, like one shot.
Ta-da! So basically all we have to do is a little polishing. I think we're going to use the Swifty wheel, but like if you put your finger on the stone, it doesn't move, there's no gaps, everything is everything we dreamed of in our bezel setting we have attained.